Penelope's Paint Shop most popular color is Powerful Purple. The recipe to make this color is a ratio of 2 gallons of red paint, R, to every 3 gallons of blue paint, B. Determine the equation for making the color Powerful Purple. Well, let's just first remind you of the chart you just completed, and or that you should have done on the previous problem. And this was showing how to scale our red paint to get our blue paint using a table form. Since we are always using 2:3 ratio, it's a proportional table. And you need to recall that for proportional data, if we're trying to write the two variable equation, it will always come into the form y equals kx, where x and y are your variables that you use in the table, and k is your unit rate or constant of proportionality. So now that we have that figured out, we can come over here and just remember that the first column of our t-table is always your x coordinate, and the second one's always the y. But they didn't use x and y for the variables in this problem. They used r and b. So we need to make sure we use the proper variables for writing our equation. So coming over here, I'm going to just replace my y with the proper letter. Our y is our blue paint. Our x is our red paint. And then we have to figure out that constant of proportionality, our unit rate. Well, they give it to us again in the reading. It's 2 gallons of red to every 3 gallons of blue. But we have to be careful because they gave it to us in the order of x to y. All right, red, they gave it to us in the order of x to y, which was red to blue. And that is not our k value. Remember, our k value needs to be y to x. So we have to flip that over. So it's going to be 3 to 2. And that makes sense if you think about it. To get 9, you have to multiply 6 by 3/2, or another way to write this relationship, which would be allowed, is to just write it as b equals 1.5r. Either of these is fine. Leave it as an improper fraction or convert it to a decimal. So to get from 6 to 9, we would have to multiply by 1.5. To get from 4 to 6, we'd have to multiply by 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5. So that formula fits for this t-table. How do we use the red paint to compute the blue paint? And that's how this table was set up, and then that we have to make sure we're keeping consistent. And we're doing using the formula that uses our red to compute our blue, and not the other way around. We don't want to make the formula using blue to compute red, the way this table was designed and the way your graph was set up. All right, that's it.